So here are two problems where we want to find the derivative. So here's the first two problems. The first one is f of x is equal to x cubed ln of x minus ln of x squared plus 1. So the first thing that you want to do is, before we find the derivative, what I notice here is that there's two different functions being multiplied together. So I need to use the product rule here. So f prime of x is going to be, first I'm going to take x cubed, take the derivative x cubed, that's going to be 3x squared. And then I'm going to leave ln of x by itself. Okay, then I'm going to add it to, now I'm going to take the derivative of ln of x, which I know is 1 over x, and then I'm going to multiply it by x cubed. So this entire thing corresponds with the first term. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to now subtract it, because that's what this minus sign is, and I'm going to put a bracket just in case I had to use a product rule or something like that. So now I'm going to subtract it by this function, the derivative of this function. I know that the derivative of ln of x is going to be 1 over x, but in this case, instead of the x, I have an x squared plus 1. Okay, now because it wasn't an x, I'm going to have to multiply it by the derivative of the inside. The derivative of this thing is just going to be 2x plus 0, because and then it's gone. Okay, so to clean this up a little bit more, what I'm going to get is going to be f prime of x is going to be equal to 3x squared ln of x. I can always place this over 1. Notice that one of the x's is going to go away, so I'm going to have an x squared. Minus, this 2x can go right here to the front, so it's going to be 2x over x squared plus 1. I can always combine this, but we can just leave it as is. Okay, this will be simplified as much as we can. Okay, now for the second part, we're going to take the derivative one more time. What I notice here before I take the derivative is that I have two different terms. So I know that I have to use the product rule here. Here, I just have to take the derivative of e to the x. Well, the derivative of e to the x is going to be e to itself. So d over dx of e to the x is just e to the x. So this is going to be e to the x cubed minus 2x plus 1, and now I'm going to multiply it by the derivative of the inside, which is going to be 3x squared minus 2. Let me put that in brackets so that I know that I have that together. Okay, and then this, so that's going to be this first part. Okay, now the second part is going to be plus. Since there's two parts there, I'm going to put them, use the product rule here. So first I'm going to write the derivative of x, which is just 1, multiply it by e to the negative x, plus, now I'm going to leave x by itself and take the derivative of e to the negative x. So that's just going to be e to the negative x, and I'm going to multiply by the derivative of the inside, which is just negative 1. Okay, so to clean this up a little bit, I'm going to have f prime of x is equal to, I can probably distribute this out. So I'm going to have 3x squared e to the x cubed minus 2x plus 1 minus 2 e to the x cubed minus 2x plus 1 plus e to the negative x. And then there's a minus here, so this is going to be a negative. 1 times this positive is going to make it a negative x e to the negative x. Okay, and this will be my simplified form. Okay, so hopefully this helps with a little bit of the derivatives. And then if you have any questions, just let me know.